Okay, welcome back. Last time we made our way through the Relic Castle, and then we got the Light Stone at the Necrene Museum. Then we made our way to Opelucid City, but we unfortunately did suffer a loss. Basically, our Gengar died in the battle against Bianca. So in between episodes, I did train up one new Pokemon, and I also went back to Mistralton Cave to pick up the TM that's in there, and I found a shiny Dodrio while I was in there. So hey, I now have a shiny Dodrio if I ever need it. I also did some training, and I can now add Gardevoir to the team. Gardevoir is currently, well, it has quirky nature, currently holding the Amulet coin, with Psychic, Earth Power, Calm Mind, and Magical Leaf. I also updated Aggron's moveset, so it no longer has Iron Defense. I bought the TM for Fire Punch. This way it has even more coverage, and hopefully we'll get some use out of it. And I should go back and buy the old Amber, but I'll just do that later. Okay, so, let's go and get some story before we go and challenge the gym in today's episode. Because the plan for today's episode is just the Opelucid City gym. But first we need some story. I'll explain. What you are holding is the Lightstone. Reshiram, who will likely awaken from the Lightstone, and Zekrom, who's already awake, were once the same Pokemon. That single dragon Pokemon, along with the twin heroes, brought a new region into being, and people and Pokemon had happy lives. One day, however, the twin heroes, the older brother who sought the truth, and the younger brother who sought ideals, began to argue about how to decide which one of them was right. A single dragon-type Pokemon that had been with them all that time split its body in two. One sided with the older brother, and the other with the younger brother. In its pursuit of ideals, the black dragon-type Pokemon sought to usher in a new and better world. Its name was Zekrom, and the other, the white dragon-type Pokemon, sought truth, and to usher in a new world, a world of good. Its name was Reshiram. Because the two of them were once the same entity, their battle raged endlessly and neither one could be declared the winner. They simply exhausted themselves. Twin heroes proclaimed that there was no one side that was right, and ceased the conflict. But the two heroes' sons started the battle again, and an instant later Zekrom and Reshiram destroyed Unova with lightning and fire. Then they disappeared. But if people work with Pokemon in the right way, we won't have to worry anymore about the world being destroyed. I mean, Zekrom and Reshiram worked hard for everyone and made a new region, so it should be alright, I think. True, Pokemon cannot speak. People may hurt Pokemon even more by imposing their selfish thoughts on them. But, no matter what, Pokemon and people believe in each other, need each other, and will continue to live together. Yeah, so I'm never gonna forgive Team Plasma for trying to separate Pokemon and us. Sorry, we got a little off topic there at the end. That is everything we know. Unfortunately, we don't know how to wake up the legendary Pokemon. I made a promise to Alder. You must win the gym badge from the Opelucid Pokemon Gym. I'll be waiting for your challenge at the gym. Okay, later, Drayden. Everyone, people and Pokemon can get along and be happy. That's awesome. There are a few people upstairs. I'm not going to bother talking to them because they just give you a couple of items. And honestly, I can live without another float stone or ring target. But yeah, today we're going to be challenging the Opelucid City Pokemon Gym and its leader, Drayden, the Spartan Mare. Which, to be fair, is a really cool name. Well, it's a really cool title. Welcome to the Opelucid Gym, in the Unova region's strongest and biggest trial. First off, please take this fresh water. It'll help you in the challenge ahead. Okay, so we have a little bit of healing available. Let me give you a brief explanation of the tricks of the Opelucid Gym. The path around this gym is shaped like two dragons. This path changes when you step on the switches on the dragon's arms. Pay attention to how the dragon's necks move. Okay, so while I was doing stuff in between episodes, I picked up a few more healing items, and by that I mean I stocked up on Moo Moo Milks. Can I just move Milks right to the top here? I also bought some more Castelia cones because they were dirt cheap. But yeah, Moo Moo Milk is going, well, it's still going to be the main thing. I also picked up a few more kind of just hidden items that I found. And the TM4, or Dark Pulse, which was in whatchamacallit. I found the TM for Dark Pulse in Mistralton Cave. Basically, I quickly just went around then, kind of cleared out the first couple of floors. I didn't go up into the guidance chamber, So there's still going to be items in there, I can still get an encounter in there, and whatchamacallit, Empoleon, or whatever it's been randomized to, should still be out in there. Okay, so this guy has a Conkeldurr. Honestly, I feel like Gardevoir should one-shot this. Conkeldurr doesn't have the best special defense, and Gardevoir is very strong. It is very strong with its special attack stat. I think maybe I could have given it another level or two, but hey, that's hopefully that won't be a decision that I will come to regret. But hey, also at the same time, hopefully I can get through this gym without too much hassle. I say that because I know my luck, I will probably find myself shenanigansing my way through this gym. Okay, so this trainer has a Purugly. Okay. I can't imagine Purugly would be that dangerous, but just in case, I am going to switch out. I'm going to switch out to Aggron just for safety. Pretty much, I am a little bit concerned about the idea that this thing could have something that I'm not too sure about, but I am at... Okay, it has Swagger. At this level, it probably has, like, Slash, maybe? I don't know what else it learns. Okay, it gets Captivate. Captivate is basically just Charm, only for special attack. I don't need to worry too much about that. Also, Aggron's defense is so high. Okay, Body Slam, no paralysis. Okay, we didn't get paralyzed, but we still hit ourselves in confusion, which isn't great. But Aggron's defense is so high, it's hitting itself in confusion and only taking 20 damage. So, I'll call that a success. Okay, we took 21 that time, I think. So, I do need to be a little bit worried now, because Aggron is... okay, I actually have to switch Aggron out. Okay, Meganium, you can handle this. Aggron apparently felt very content to just punch itself in the face repeatedly, I suppose. Oh, that did so much damage. I forgot Purugly's super fast. I have one of these in the PC. Like, I have a Purugly in the box, I just forget that it's super fast. Okay, we get a Reflect up, that's always gonna help. Reflect is always gonna be welcome. Okay, now I can Magical Leaf and we should be okay. Okay, we break out Confusion turn 1, that's very good. And Magical Leaf again should be enough to finish this off. We live, and we Magical Leaf. Okay, that could have gone horribly, horribly wrong, considering the fact that that was just a Purugly. That couldn't have gone worse. I would love to learn Body Slam for Meganium, but I can't justify it with my current moveset. Because basically, I would love to have access to Body Slam on Meganium, but also at the same time, I'd rather have Synthesis, the dual screens, and the stab move. So, yeah, as much as I would love to have Body Slam available for Meganium, I can't really justify it right now. Like, if I could have a fifth move, I would definitely be going for that. But, yeah, don't really want to risk that. But I can't really justify that. So what does this person have? Also, I should have mentioned this a few episodes ago, because I'm now fighting Pokemon that are above level, it's either 40 or 45, I forget where I set it. All Pokemon will now be final forms, I think. Okay, Gengar. I know it's going to go for Shadow Ball. The question is, does Gardevoir take one? 122. I think Gardevoir can take one, maybe, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go out to Aggron. I'm just going to go out to Aggron and click Earthquake, and that should get me through this fight. Because realistically, that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, that did 52. That did 52, I should be okay. As long as this doesn't crit, I'm okay. Okay, Earthquake should kill. Because Gengar is kinda made of paper. It's very frail. Okay, Aggron hits level 45. Very nice. Gardevoir hits level 45 and wants to learn Imprison. I will pass on Imprison because I have a moveset I'm very comfortable with. Oh no! Okay. So, Aggron will go for Earthquake, more than likely. It'll more than likely see the quad effective move and go for Earthquake. I can switch out to Meganium. Now it'll probably go for Fire Punch. It'll probably go for Fire Punch, so I can set up a Reflect. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if it would have been a safe play to do, but I could... But in theory, I could have probably just went for it. I probably could have just went straight for Earthquake, because I'm Choice Scarfed. Like, I'm Choice Scarfed and they aren't, I would probably outspeed. Okay, now I can just Surf, and that should one-shot. Aggron's special defense is not all that. And that's also the same reason why I didn't go out to Gardevoir, because even though Fairy type doesn't exist yet, so Gardevoir isn't Fairy just yet, it's still made of paper, and even with a Reflect, I am a little bit concerned about it. Okay, let's patch up my Pokemon again. Aggron... Yeah, okay, Aggron will be 3 HP off full, but that's fine. That'll be fine. Aggron will probably see another fight before I get to Drayden. And with that, I believe I think we're about halfway through this gym. This gym might take a little while, it might not. I don't really remember. Although, one thing I always remember in this gym is I always get to the end here and think that I haven't fought that girl before, like the one I'm currently fighting. I always worry about her. And, like, every single time without fail, I run back and I'm like, oh, I haven't fought her yet. And then I have, because I have to fight her right now. Okay, I'm going to go out to Empoleon. I probably should go to Aggron instead. But I don't know what Stoutland has. Crunch. Okay, so going away from Gardevoir was definitely the correct... But I don't really know what Stoutland would have by level up at this point. But to be honest, it's one of those things where I feel like I probably should know its level up moveset a bit better than I do. Because I've played through this game dozens of times. I've used Stoutland in a lot of these playthroughs. Stoutland is really good. Like, genuinely, it is one of my favourite Route 1 Pokemon. It's also one of the only times I can think of where a Route 1 Pokemon is, like, actually good for the entire game. I would genuinely say Stoutland kind of just annihilates a lot of things. Or at the very least can hold its own. Okay, now, I do want to heal. I want to heal again. I want to heal again because I distinctly remember, I always remember this next trainer, because I always think I can sneak past him. But no. Oh, you have to walk into him. You have to walk into him, and he's always, like, kind of disjointed by, like, half a tile because of the way the dragon statue kind of curves around. Okay, what would a level 50 Mr. Mime have? I assume it has Psychic. I think Psychic is a safe bet. I'm gonna go out to... I think I may have made a mistake here. Why did I go out to Aggron? I'll resist Psychic, that's for sure. But I know I will resist Psychic. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a switch out immediately. Okay, let's go. Let's just go let's just go back out to Empoleon. Also, when that trainer sent out a Simisear and it had Imposter, I was genuinely a bit worried because I've had to fight imposters of my Empoleon before, and as it turns out, my ability to fight my own Empoleon is really bad. Did it get a special defense drop on that last turn? I don't think it did, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go back out to Gardevoir. I'm going to go back out to Gardevoir because I know I can just tank whatever it throws at me. Okay, so it's shown Safeguard. It's shown Psychic. What else could this thing have? Okay, its Psychic did 27 to Gardevoir. Fortunately for me, I have Earth Power. I don't think Gardevoir naturally gets Earth Power. But, you know, through the magic of randomized TMs, I do have access to it. And honestly, that's going to probably come in super handy for plenty of other Pokemon. Okay, we do manage to take out that Mr. Mime. That was just scary, not gonna lie. Okay, so now I can patch up all of my Pokemon, and because Aggron took a little bit of damage, he should be okay. Now, what do I want to do here? Because all my Pokemon are kind of close together in levels. I'm gonna go Elite. I'm gonna go and lead with Empoleon. I'll lead with Empoleon because it's still my ace. It is kind of the leader of the team. So I feel like it's okay for me to lead with it for a couple of levels higher than it is. I mean, I say that, the ace rule is still in effect. Empoleon can go to level 51. I just haven't been using that rule at all in this playthrough. Which ultimately leads me to question why I bothered introducing it in the first place. But hey. Okay, Kling Clang. I will say, I know I mentioned it in the Chargestone Cave episode, I don't really care much for the Pokemon themselves, but I love the naming convention for that evolutionary line. I love how it goes Clink, Clang, Kling, Clang. Like, that's one of my favorite naming schemes for a Pokemon line. I'm just gonna go for Surf again. Discharge. That'll hit for cruel. Oh, never mind. So, I know that the Clink line does get some electric moves, but I always forget just how weak their special attack stat is. Like, I know that Autotomize does a lot for those Pokemon. Okay, Persian. Persian shouldn't really have anything to fight an Empoleon, so I think I'm okay to just stay in. Okay, we Surf. And if that doesn't one-shot, it should drop it into Aqua Jet range. Never mind, it does one-shot. I don't know if Mystic Water really mattered there, but hey. Okay, and a Vaporeon. I think Gardevoir is my safest play here, because I could probably just win the Battle of Attrition, but that could take a little while. Like, I probably do win the Battle of Attrition over time, but also at the same time, hey, I can just set up Calm Minds and just Magical Leaf it. And at the... Oh, Bite. Okay, that was a crit. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I forgot about Bite. I forgot that a Vaporeon would have Bite, maybe. So, yeah, let's go Meganium. Because Aurora Beam could be a bit of a problem, but I think I'm okay. Let's see how much Aurora Beam does. Worst case scenario, I can Synthesis my way back up. That did not do all that much. Yeah, that dropped from 130 down to 77. I think I should be okay for one more. So we go for another Magical Leap. The real question now, though, is does this thing still have Quick Attack? I'm not gonna risk... I'm gonna risk it. I was gonna say, me getting halfway through saying, I'm not gonna risk it, proceeds to risk it. But hey, you know what? Meganium comes through and survives. Meganium survives another battle. I feel like I've had so many close calls with Meganium. But you know what? If it ain't dying... I've had many close calls with this Meganium, but hey, if it isn't dying, then it's doing something right. Okay, so let's keep moving on with Empoleon as our lead, and hopefully... Actually, I think we should only have 2 or 3 more trainers left in here, because that moves the dragon's head to here. Then we loop back around and we fight that girl. And yeah, I think we're pretty close to the end here. Yeah, like we loop all the way back around here, we drop back down onto the dragon's hand. That takes us around and we can fight that girl. Then we can go up to the next area, where I think there's 1 more trainer, and then Drayden himself. I think. Either way, I'm pretty confident that I'm getting pretty close to the end of this gym. Okay, so, what do they have? Because, honestly, I'm trying to think of what the worst possible Pokemon for me to encounter is. Okay, Bisharp. Bisharp is kinda cool. I do like Bisharp. I don't really know what it would have at this point. Okay, it has embargo. That shouldn't be an issue, I think. So I can surf. And I guess I'll just surf again and that should take it out. Assurance does a little bit of damage. It would do more if this was Gen 6. Because since I'm playing Gen 5, Dark is still ineffective on Steel. Okay, that's a Garchomp. I know it can't EQ, but I think it'll have access to Dig. So I'll switch out to Meganium here. It does go for Dig. And now the question is, does Meganium outspeed a Garchomp? Meganium does not outspeed a Garchomp. I shouldn't be surprised by that. But on the plus side, the Rocky Helmet is going to come into effect. I set up a Reflect for my own safety. And now... Hang on, wait. I can maybe Mind Game him on this. I think I can Mind Game him here. Okay, so Magical Leaf hits and does a decent chunk. So, if I switch out to Aggron, now, you know what, it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk, never mind. Basically, my logic here was, oh, it's gone underground, I can just Earthquake with Aggron and we'll be fine. But also, at the same time, I don't know if even with the... I don't know if even with the Choice Scarf, even Choice Scarfed, I don't know if Aggron will outspeed that Garchomp. And honestly, I think that's probably a safety question, and I don't really want to risk it. And now, Rocky Helmet damage comes through, Magical Leaf damage comes through, and should finish off the Chomp. Fantastic. Garchomp down. Honestly, that trainer had some scary Pokemon. They had a Garchomp and a Bisharp. That is kind of a scary duo to be facing down. But hey, we got through. If I had I don't know, an Ice Fighting type, probably would have just annihilated them. If I had a Weavile, probably would have just annihilated them. And I would love to get a Weavile. I really hope that one of my encounters, be it a token or a normal encounter, just lets me get a Sneasel or a Weavile. Because I've wanted to use one in a playthrough for ages, and I don't think I've had the chance to use one. There's one in a playthrough on the channel yet. If not, on the plus side, I know that if I don't get one here, I'll more than likely I'll hopefully be able to use one in Black and White 2, because I know that in Black and White 2 you also get given enough red shards. I know in Black and White 2 you're just given enough red shards to teach one of the elemental punches as well, and that is going to be very welcome. Okay, Ledian outspeeds Gardevoir, okay. Doesn't do all that much, but I shouldn't be surprised. It is a Ledian after all. And, to be honest, oh no. Actually, that should be fine. Its special attack, its offensive stats don't really exist. It's a Ledian. Ledian is one of those Pokemon that put, all of its points into one thing, and that one thing is its special attack. No, sorry, its special defense. Okay, I'm just going to go out to Empoleon here, just for safety, because I don't know if Heatmore learns Bug moves, or Dark moves, or Ghost moves, but we'll see. It had Bug Bite, okay. I think if I'd stayed in there, we probably would have lost Gardevoir. Okay, goes for Amnesia, so we're going to do less damage with Surf, but hopefully it should drop it to a range where I can just Aqua Jet it. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Heatmore. I know that it's kind of like the anti-Durant Pokemon. It exists as the Pokemon that's oh yeah, it just eats Durant. Which is kind of wild, because Durant is really strong. Okay, so, now then, I should, because if I go up here, that loops it back around to that girl. So now, I jump down here, that'll turn this dragon's head, and it'll go up, and we should be able to reach Drayden. Fantastic. Great. So, let's patch up our Pokemon before I do anything else. and I'm going to lead with Gardevoir for this fight. I'm going to lead with Gardevoir just for the Amulet coin. Hopefully this isn't going to be something terrible for Gardevoir, but hey, let's see what we have. Welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm the Opelucid Pokemon Gym leader, Drayden. As the mayor, I've given everything to developing the city. As a trainer, I've simply been pursuing greater strength. But what I'm searching for now is a young trainer who can show me a bright future. Perhaps you can show me that future the way Iris has. So, when I did this in my previous playthrough, I had a vanilla, because I don't remember if it had evolved yet. I just ice beamed everything and left. It was great. Okay, a Luxray. I am a little worried, but I'm going to Earth Power. I do outspeed, which is pretty good, because Luxray apparently is not very fast. It goes for Scary Face. That's a little bit concerning, because I don't know what else it has. Okay, it goes for Swagger. Okay, if it's going for Scary Face and then Swagger, I think it might not have Crunch. Which is honestly kind of a sad thing, because Crunch is one of the very few, like, actually good physical attacking moves it gets. Okay, Leavanny. Okay, Leavanny at level 49, I get to play a fun little minigame called Does It Have 2 Moves? Does it have X Scissor? At which, because if yes, Gardevoir and Meganium are going to be having a bad time. And does it have Leaf Blade? If yes, Aggron and Empoleon are about to have a worse time. I am going to switch out to Aggron. I'll switch out to Aggron because I have Fire Punch. I have Choice Scarf Fire Punch. So I should outspeed and hopefully one-shot, because it is quite effective. So let's see. Entrainment. Okay, what ability am I about to pick up? Simple? Okay. That's horrifying. That Leavanny could have messed up everything. Like, if that Leavanny had clicked Swords Dance, turn 1, it probably just obliterated something. Okay. Okay, so they crit and kill Aggron. That's level 52. But it has Leaf Storm now. I am going to go out to Empoleon and hope for the best. I'm going to assume that Leaf Storm overwrote Leaf Blade. Okay, Swords Dance. Oh no. Okay, Metal Claw comes out. That did nothing. Yeah, it has weak armor. Okay. This actually just got worse. Maybe? I don't know if that got better or worse. But hey, actually no wait, that's definitely... I think that's better, because if it went for Swords Dance and had Simple, it would have probably gone up to like +4. And it's not attacking. Why is this thing not attacking? But you know what? I'm not going to question it. I'm going to take my win where I can get it and leave. Okay, thanks, Drayden. Wonderful. I'm grateful we had a chance to meet and battle. Okay, so with that, we lose our Aggron, but we earn the Legend Badge. And with that, all 8 badges are acquired. We can head to the Pokemon League. Well now, you've obtained all of the gym badges in Unova. Now all Pokemon will obediently follow your commands. I also want you to have this. It's a TM I'm particularly fond of. It's called Dragon Tail. Mudshot. Okay, so I can teach most dragons Mudshot now. Okay. Dragon Tail is a move that returns the damaged Pokemon to its Pokeball. In other words, it switches your opponent's Pokemon. Now, I have something to ask of you. Head for the Pokemon League and go after Alda. Pokemon League is past Route 10, which runs from Opelucid City to Victory Road. I know Alda's strength, but I don't know the depths of N's power. Okay, so let's head on out. And end off today's episode here, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. Oh, hey, Professor. Hello, was Drayden as tough as ever? Yeah. Oh, I came in to report on how to resurrect the legendary Reshiram. I thought it would be better to tell you in person than over the cross-transceiver. And as for the conclusion, well, I haven't figured it out yet. I'm sure the Pokemon will wake up when it deems someone worthy. More importantly, aren't you amazing? You have all 8 of Unova's gym badges now, right? You've become so strong. You probably don't even know it yet, but you've changed a lot since you left Nuvema Town. Well then, I'll show you where such a strong trainer should head next. So now we're getting pointed in the direction of, here's Route 10. You go over here to go to Victory Road. You go through Victory Road to get to the Pokemon League. Pass through that gate, go down Route 10, and you'll arrive at the badge check gate. Once you get through Victory Road, which is past the gates, you're finally at the Pokemon League. Oh, that just made me think of when I was showing you around the Pokemon Center in Accumula Town. Do you regret setting out on your journey? No. Thanks, that's the greatest answer you could give. I was really happy to be able to give you 3 of those Pokemon as a present, because Pokemon create chances to meet more wonderful people, Pokemon. This is a present for you. Okay, yeah, I'll happily take the Master Ball, thanks. The Master Ball is the most powerful kind of Pokeball. It can catch any Pokemon without fail. This is the only way I can support you, except to say, be true to yourself. No matter what happens, stay strong and keep going with your Pokemon. See ya! Okay, later, Professor. I do also need to go back to the Professor's lab and talk to her a couple of times, because she will be able to give me a couple of TMs. I think she normally gives you Protect and False Swipe, so that would be TM 17 and I want to say like 54 or something. But hey, with that, did I buy the old Amber? Do I have the old Amber? I do not, so let's buy that, because I'm gonna need that. Gonna need that, because I'm gonna have to revive it at some point. But I need to take the Choice Scarf and put Aggron in the death box. I forgot that. I updated the layout. I can see the layout while I'm recording, and I forgot that Aggron died. Man, I haven't had many losses, but they have been impactful. Okay, so I probably should train up another new Pokemon, but I don't know, I'll deal with that in the somewhat near future. So I'm going to save and end off today's episode here. Capsule Monster Coliseum will be continuing tomorrow and on Thursday. This will be back on Wednesday and Friday. And as of the time of me recording this, I've finished the episode of Figuring Out Fighters. It might be up by now. If not, it should be. If not, I'm probably just giving it a couple last checks to make sure I'm happy with it. Anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all either tomorrow for Capsule Monster Coliseum or on Wednesday as we make our way towards Victory Road. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.